The Civil War II, Electric Flugaloo, a film by Ken Earns. Letters from the front. My dearest Vera, I write you from the front. I write you with great regret in my heart. Not for the time spent with you, but for the money I never spent on a good fighting carbine. I had a poor boy mentality, and I thought the only gun I would ever need was a 12 gauge. I even went above and beyond in tricking out my 12 gauge with unnecessary gizmos and gadgets, as the old timers call it. I wish I would have put down the capital and bought a good fighting carbine. I've been relinquished to roles I wish I didn't have to take, often finding myself in close combat with the enemy. Near misses and close calls have shaken me to my core, and I write you now, knowing that the end may be possibly near. This great civil war, the electric flugaloo, as we are calling it, I hope it comes to an end and we can get back to sipping lattes and tearing into White Claws. Forever you have my heart. Love, Mr. Netgator.
To Acrodynamics, dynamic shotgun. This is the lost art of the shotgun. It's truly a unique weapon system. Violent weapon system we have. It's a versatile weapon system. We have to train for it. Intelligence.
Welcome back to the Executive Vacuum channel. I'm your host, the Talking Sergey Balaclava. My friend Sergey let me borrow his balaclava. Real good friend of the channel. We'll see him again soon. Today we're going over the Remington A70. And real quick, we're going to dive right into the video. We're going to go over how I like to pump the shotgun. There are multiple ways you can pump a Remington A70. Right? You can do it between the legs, going over top. This is my I'm extremely peaceful balaclava.
I'm extremely peaceful.
My good buddy Sergey let me borrow his balaclava, so big shout out to Sergey. We'll see him again in the near future. It was great having him on the show. Today we're going over the shotgun. All right, now it's weird as a young gun guy, shotguns are typically shunned in the hip gun culture. Kind of wanted to go ahead and take on a shotgun build. All right, so biggest issue of working that shotgun is feeding that shotgun. All right, so hey, when you have your shotgun, all right, remember, what are we doing with our biomechanics, okay? And I was never big into shotguns myself. They are extremely popular in pop culture. It seems like if you're not a big gun person, shotguns are like the do-all, end-all of power when it comes to firearm ownership. Now, I definitely don't believe that in any way, shape, or form. I do, however, think a shotgun isn't a bad addition to any arsenal. I mean, they're cheap to pick up. You can still shoot it relatively... You can still find ammo, I should say, relatively wide, and a wide variety of ammo at that. You can run birdshot, you can run buckshot, you can run slugs. I mean, if you're a young guy like me growing up playing Call of Duty Black Ops, you run incendiary ammo in the Spaz 12 on Nuketown. If you also played a lot of Battlefield growing up too, you ran around with an 870 on No Shark Canals in Battlefield 3, smacking people with an 870 and slugs. They definitely got some hate mail. Getting on the gun, okay? This bitch wants to kick, okay? So when you get on that gun and the gun goes click, right, like just here, did you hear that? Hey, I know you were talking, but pay attention, all right? So I decided to go ahead and take the dive and get an 870. I was a little torn on doing a pump action shotgun because I figured if I wanted to do a shotgun, I wanted to do it semi-automatic, but I couldn't refuse to steal a buddy of mine firing device, an 57 electrical 57 firing device. You know who you are. He on Instagram hit me up, be like, hey dude, you wanna buy my shotgun? And I was like, absolutely. So I snagged a shotgun for a smoking deal and then built it out. So When I got it, it came with the patio furniture finish, like that that dust coat. And so we had to sandblast that off, and I did a Rally 8000 look. I call it my spicy honey mustard tube of death. So far, very much enjoying it. Did the Surefire built-in light on it. I love the built-in Surefire look. All right, gun goes click. All right, now, how my setup is, we bring that gun to the rear, bring it into your workspace, all right? You obviously have a threat, so that distance of threat should call for you transitioning to a pistol, okay? But for this case, we're just gonna go straight into a reload for the sake of the drill, just like that. So with that, put a little grip tape down there, because I want a little extra leverage for gripping it. Then we have the Pred Defense Speed Feed shell catch right there to hold another additional shell on here. I can't honestly remember who makes this side saddle. It was like a cheap side saddle. I didn't want to go too hardcore. The one side saddle I would love to get and check out is the Aerodis Defense setup. Those guys seem like they've gone full bore in getting shotgun accessories, no pun intended, and I wouldn't mind checking out that. This is a Speed Feed stock. So I get asked questions a lot about this. This stock holds 4 shells inside of the stock. It's just another reserve of ammo. So you just gotta pull it out, and it's held in by spring tension. Pretty slick little fun setup. I figured if I'm gonna run a shotgun, then I'm gonna wanna have as much, it's a thick ass setup. I guess pretty heavy. I think it's heavier than my FAL with all this ammo on it, especially with the 6 in the tube and then the 1 in the chamber, so 7. Then you got your 6, so 13, 14, then 18 total shells that you can run on the gun. Now, your shotgun may vary, okay? For me, I have this speed catch right here. Now, get back on that gun. I mean, it's a lot of weight and everything, and I know you're running a shotgun, but I was like, well, I'm gonna be able to feed the gun. Sling on there, I figured if I'm gonna run a weapon, I might as well run a sling, so this is a Grave Solution sling attached to some 550 cord. 12 gauge, right, so how does the 12 gauge fit into the diet of the average gun owner? Well, most of us gun guys that have been doing this for a while, we all enjoy our fighting carbines, right? I'd take my fighting carbine over a shotgun any day of the week. It's just, I have 30 rounds of 5.56, sometimes 77 grain, 5.56, 75 grain, 5.56. I can reach out and touch people from distance. I can smoke them up close. It's much more versatile. But the simplicity and just the kind of foolproofness of a shotgun, I say that, but it's also, I think the shotgun is very simple to use, but it's also a very hard, complex gun to use. So you have to take that into account if you're looking to make a shotgun your go-to gun. All right, now, say you don't have that speed cache, it's just feeding the gun again, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get online. We'll test it out real quick. So if I was running a shotgun, my first most important accessory would be your combat chassis. I know it sounds like Travis Haley, but it's like, I don't want to be in great tip-top shape, and like, that should be a case for anybody if you're going to be a responsible gun owner, but because you're going to have to try and close the gap and get up close, you're carrying a heavy piece of equipment and constantly feeding the gun. You have to think about what's going on. If you want to switch out between buckshot and slugs, you have to be there mentally. You can't be tired and all gassed up and the adrenaline dumping down. You have to do fine-tuned motor skills if you want to swap out and change what would constantly be in the chamber with what you wanted to put in there. So there's a lot of fine-tuned things going on with the shotgun. It's not a super simple gun, but it also is a super simple gun. You know what I'm trying to say. You kind of get where I'm getting at with this. Also, I forgot to mention Hollison 507C. I kind of had a Hollison floating around. I've been trying to phase this out, so I may just give it away all in all, but I was like, I got a shotgun, I can throw it on, so why not? If you enjoyed this video, or the dumpster fire of a channel that this is, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Your sacrifices to the algorithm gods are much appreciated and much obliged. If you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, I'm selling merchandise on my website. Go ahead, click the link down below. Buy a sweater. I don't know. I don't care. If you can't afford to, I understand. Been a rough year. Patreon helps out the channel as well. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the flip.
What I'm about to show you is highly classified. Do you know what an immortal is? A man that can't be killed. A man too angry to die. I believe that man exists. I believe he is out there. And I believe he is hiding in plain sight. Will you help me? Will you help me find this man.